Okay, everybody, welcome back. So in the last section here of our performance part of this recording series, we're going to add a little bit of organ, little B3 kind of action to our song here. We're going to use a new device here in this series. We're going to use a MIDI keyboard. So in front of me here, I have a MIDI keyboard here. And this is just inexpensive $100 Alesis Q25 from many years ago. It's not even a new keyboard, so any kind of MIDI controller that you have should work just fine. And we're going to configure it in Studio One, show you how to do that, and we're going to get some sounds going. So the first thing we want to do is we want to make sure that, depending on your connections, but I have a USB connection here that's going to go right from the USB right to the second USB port on my computer. It's not going directly into the audio box USB. You don't need to do that with this particular keyboard, but you want to leave your audio box still plugged into your computer because that's what you're going to listen back to. My headphones are plugged into that. That's our sound card still. So you don't have to worry about that. So keep the audio box USB patched in, the keyboard USB right into the second port on my computer. And now we're going to go into Studio One and I'm going to show you how to set this up. It's quite easy. So if you head on over to Studio One, we're going to come over here. We're going to go to the Studio One menu and go to Preferences. Remember this from early on in the series, earlier on, this Preferences window. And we're going to go to the External Devices tab here. And right now there isn't one because we have to tell Studio One that we have a new external device here. So we're just going to come down to the Add button down here. Going to click Add. And it's going to pop up this menu. Now, depending on your MIDI controller, it may already be listed here, especially if it's rather new. It may be listed in one of the folders here. So they're all done by name brand. You can check yours out. Mine's an Alesis QX25, which I know isn't in here because it's an older device, which is okay. Alesis isn't even listed. So if your keyboard is not listed, this is the way to add it. It's quite simple. So we can come over here, device model. We can say it's new keyboard. We can put the manufacturer if we'd like to, ALESIS. And then the device name, we can type in the model number, for example, QX25. Okay. And then we're going to come down here to the MIDI channels. We want to make sure that all is selected, so all the blue numbers, the MIDI channels light up. And then with the Receive From drop-down arrow, we want to look, and you'll see right here, Q25. You instantly recognized it, okay? So you'll also see the audio box USB 96, but that is not where our MIDI device is plugged into. Now, if you had a MIDI device that had a different set of MIDI connectors on the back, let's say those little funny circle kind of connectors that you also see on the back of the audio box 96, you could go directly from those with those special MIDI cables from the output of your controller to the input, MIDI input of the audio box 96, and then in this particular screen you would choose the audio box 96. But in our case, we're not doing that. We're just going QX25 and then send to, we also want to send that to the QX25. Okay, and then we're going to hit OK. And then we're going to make sure apply is grayed out and then hit OK again. Now our MIDI device is added. So now if I hit keys, you won't see anything on the screen. Why? Because we haven't added an instrument track yet. So now the next step, once your MIDI controller is set up as an external device, we have to add an instrument track, and we're going to use one of the included VST instruments that come with Studio One Artist, Presence. That's the name of the VST. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to come over here to the Browse button, and we're going to go navigate over to the Instruments folder. And here's all the instruments that are included with Studio One. And we're going to grab this one called Presence. And all we need to do is just take it and drag it, left click and drag it right onto the edit screen. And it'll add a track, it'll do the whole thing. Watch. So we're just going to take this, we're going to left click and drag it. And there it is. So Presence will open up. Okay, we'll close this for a quick second here. And we'll just show you here. So there's Presence, and you can see it added a track in the mixer right next to the acoustic guitar track called Presence. Once again, we can change the color of that track just by left clicking down here in the bottom where the name is. And let's just choose a different color here, just so we can see it. And there we go, there's Presence. And you'll recognize that this is a different type of track by the little symbol down here. See the little, what looks to be like a little crown? That's the instrument icon, instrument track icon. As opposed to, say, the acoustic guitar or the bass or the drums or the electric guitar, those have those little funny audio wave symbols. That's an audio track. So that's how you can tell the difference. So now the input is set up here. So Presence is the input because that's the MIDI instrument that we're using. And our output is our main. And if we were to click the monitor button, we still don't see any, we'll see some signal up here. So if I come over here, let me shrink this down because it's a little hard to see. But look right here, see here? When I'm pressing the keys, I can see the signal here, but I don't see it here. And that's because we have to choose a sound in our Presence VST. We got to choose what do we want this thing to sound like. So let me show you. So if we were to open the Instruments tab here down on the left-hand corner of this menu, you'll see there's Presence right there. If I single left click, or excuse me, double left click, it'll open itself up. And right now it says there's no program because it's waiting for us to tell the keyboard, the controller, what sound do we want to use. So again, you can start with just going to the default, and there are a bunch of presets. A bunch of different sounds, everything from bass to brass to organs to keyboards to electric guitar sounds, acoustic nylon guitar, there's a whole bunch. Experiment with it. Presence is an awesome program and it sounds great. And then when you find something that you like for your song, you can pull that sound up and you can save it as a preset, just like we did with the electric guitar and with the bass, if you remember back in those sections. Now I've already done that, and you can see down here in the list, I got one called David's Keys. Okay? And if I hit, you'll hear the sounds. Okay? It's kind of a Wurlitzer type of a sound. And now when we hit the keys, you can see, you will hear the keyboard. I'm going to close Presence here for a second. And you'll see the audio right here on the meter because I told the VST instrument Presence what patch I wanted to use. So now you can think of this kind of as like an audio track in a way. Now we're just playing a keyboard into our DAW. We can record enable it, and we can go ahead and we're going to record our little keyboard part to this, just like we would any other track. So let's make sure we get, now again, just like, well, what's a little different about this track is that we don't really have to worry so much about the input setting that -10, -12, and you may be asking yourself, why is that? And the reason why that is, there's nothing plugged into the audio box USB. We have nothing to do there. It's all done through the keyboard. Okay, so if you're kind of hitting the keys back, you can see down here on the meter, it's around a -12 already. You can use the output of your keyboard, the volume output of whatever controller that you are using will control the level going into Presence. Okay, so, and you can just use the output meter right on the track here as kind of a way to see what level you're hitting. And right now, we're hitting around a -12 on the meter. Close enough, okay? So that's how you do it. So unlike the other sections where we actually use the encoder on the audio box USB, we're not doing that this time because we're not plugged into the audio box USB. Make sense? Okay. So now we're going to go ahead. We got everything enabled. We're going to hit our track all the way, the playhead all the way back to the start, just like we did before. Get our headphones on, and then we're just going to record our little organ part to this song. So here we go. And there's our organ part, really simple, right? So now if you look on the screen, you can see that it looks a little bit different here. It's not audio, it's MIDI notes, right? So if we were to double click on this quickly, on this track, you can see it's all, and I'll zoom out here, you can see down here in the piano roll, it's all MIDI notes. So we've just recorded MIDI into Studio One, and that's how you do it, is you just record just like you would an audio track, but you make sure you're using an instrument track. Okay, so I hope this section was helpful for you. Go ahead and record your MIDI part. And again, pick whatever kind of keyboard sound you want. Maybe you want strings. Maybe you want a horn section, you know, like some brass saxophones. Maybe you want a B3. They have a lot of sounds inside of Presence, which is really, really cool. And down the road, you may want to buy even additional VST instruments from third-party companies. And again, if you get the Artist Booster Pack, as we talked about earlier, you can add a whole bunch of VSTs and you can do everything right from one single MIDI controller, and you have thousands and thousands of sounds at your disposal, which is really cool. So come on back for the next section, and we're going to talk about a few other things that you may want to think about down the road to help boost and help give you more options with Studio One Artist down the road. So come on back for the next section.